Hey there, this is Ryan Nickel, and this is another day in the life of a bootstrap real estate investor, and this is coming at you with episode number 67. All right, so I had a phone call today with a gentleman. He wanted to know, hey, how do I know if I'm buying in a good area or not, or how do I know if I'm buying in a property that's in a market that is stable, or if it's going to go down or whatnot. Basically, he had heard from somebody else that there might be a market correction. Hey, what's up, Mike? And that if there's a market correction, that he wants to protect himself from any future losses. So I said, well, what you need to do is you need to just do the 10-year test. And he's like, well, what's the 10-year test? And the 10-year test is basically looking at where we are at today, 2017, and going backwards. Or actually, let's go ahead and start here. So 2017 going backwards to 2007, and seeing where are we at. Are we higher or are we lower than where it was then? And so I'm going to show you real quick. It's super easy to do, and the information is free. And this is more for people that are going to do traditional buys and whatnot. It also helps me to know exactly if I'm going to be getting a property that is in a good area. If the market does take a turn, if I'm going to be protected with my equity or not. So let me show you real quick. So here is Zillow. So what you do is you just go ahead and click on any listing, and you can just go ahead and scroll down here. We can see that this property is for sale for $289,000. It's a 3-2, and you just scroll down and you click on home value. So you just open this up. It says the estimate is about $284,000, and what I'm looking for is, you can see it right there, is you click on it, and it has two different lines. One line is the solid line is the home, and the other one is the city. So in 2007, the city was at $275,000 was the average price. Right now, this home back then was $301,000. So you can see we had a tank, and then we go all the way, and it sold. Looks like right here they sold for $254 at that point. Goes all the way down. This is 10 years from December 2007 all the way to December 2017. And here we go. We see that the home price here is now $306,000, so it's $5,000 more than before, and the Yuba City price is $283,000. So we are definitely higher than we were before, $10,000. So this particular home here, I'd say that this is a home that definitely is, not too much overvalue. We generally investments appreciate over time. However, if we are in a market where things are oversold, or that the prices are too high, how do you know that? Well, here's the rule of thumb: is have wages followed suit. So if prices have gone up, have wages also gone up? Or do we have new industries coming in? Do we have job growth? If there's no job growth and the market takes a turn and there's nothing to sustain that price, then guess what happens to your properties? They go down. It's exactly what happens. So let's look at another property here. So here's one for $205,000, 3-2, 1,000 square foot. Whew. But check this out. So going to home value, $195,000 is what they estimated. So back in 2007, this home was worth $216,000. The average price, or the median price, was $276 in 2007. Trucking along here. Here we go. Now it's $193,000. Average price in town is $262. So again, this house back in the day was $214. Here we are at $196. So definitely this house has not regained its pre-crash days. If I were looking at property for an investment, and it was going to be something I was going to hold, and I was concerned about the market having an adjustment, this would be the house that I would choose. Because one, I'm already under, so there's not going to be that much of a price correction. I'm not over the price of where it was in 2007, and then two, I have, if the market continues to go up, I have room to go as well. I have room to grow. So those aren't my strategies. I really care less about what happens in the market, whether it goes up or whether it goes down. I'm buying for cash flow. That's all I care about, is am I going to cash flow? But what I do care about is rent stability. So if rents are overinflated because of the supply and demand, and there's a correction and rents go down, now I have a concern. And so this is where this comes into play. Are my rents for this property over the 10-year window, are they up or are they down? So if there's a price correction and the market softens, am I going to be able to am I going to be stuck holding the bag or having some negative cash flow on my properties that I've taken over subject to? So anyway, this is a 10-year test. It's a I don't know anyone that's talking about this that really actually does it, but like I said, I don't make my buying criteria or my decisions based on this, but it's also good to know for a rule of thumb, especially if I'm going to go into a market that I don't know. So this is my own backyard. I'm looking at some markets in the Midwest, and I'm definitely doing this in the Midwest because I don't know that market that well. I want to know exactly where I'm at. Again, they didn't have the price fluctuations like we did on the West Coast and the East Coast. They didn't go up and then down and then coming back up again. They were kind of like little small dips. So I'm definitely doing this out there. But anyway, it's a quick down and dirty test just to see where you're at, making sure that you're buying a property that is not going to, if there is a price correction in the market, that you're not going to be left holding the bag. So anyway, just a quick little tip from you. If there's anything you want to see, anything you want to know, anything that I'm doing that you'd like to know about, feel free to comment on it. Either on this video or on the chat, I don't even know what a chat is, but on the I was gonna say chat board, but there's no chat board. This is like date me way back in like Messenger on Yahoo or something like that. But on the Facebook wall, or just shoot me a private message. All right, I'm Ryan Nickel, and this is another day in the life of a Bootstrap real estate investor.